This is Clarence Sky's Advisors. I want to talk to you about smelly scalps. And it has been a lot of controversy about that. We won't get into the weed part of a smelly scalp. We're going to get just into having a smelly scalp like me now with my natural hair. I've been doing hair for over 25 years. I came up during the time where they didn't make a lot of products for us. So we had to do with what we had, not a lot of education about it. Other people start caring about our hair when they saw how much money we spent a year buying beauty products. That's when they start caring. Now, when we talk about a scalp that's smelly, sebum, sweat, which when it builds up, it becomes a breeding ground for yeast, head, skin, cells, and that's that bacteria. That's the feasting ground. That's what they do. That's where your smell is coming from. Most of us believe that we're not supposed to wash our hair but every 2 weeks. So the bacteria, the buildup of it, cause it to stink. Now, mind you, this is us. And this is what we used to do. I ain't lying. To grease one person's head. Girl, look. And we would take the hair and we would grease that scalp. Even beauticians, we would grease the scalp. And just think, 2 weeks, we gonna grease that scalp 2 or 3 times a week, and we greasing those dead cells and the other bacteria and the yeast and all that stuff over and over. And we used to use Vaseline too. And so 2 weeks of oil in my scalp, and 2 weeks we don't wash it. Go to the beautician every 2 weeks. And you wonder why your scalp got a smell to it. And the bacteria has set in to feast on your scalp. There's a few things you can do. One of the good, if you have a smell, tea tree shampoo and tea tree conditioner, really similar, okay? So another way that you can kill some of that is a cool blow dryer to keep your hair to dry it out. It's a cool blow dryer when you're too sweaty. Another thing you can use is dry shampoo, okay? They have dry shampoo you can put on your hair. It's dries like a powder. Dust it in there, brush it out, or blow dry it out. What I find that works is I take a very, as hot as I can stand it, cloth on my hand. Make sure it's hot, wring it out, make sure it's kind of hot, not to burn you. Don't burn yourself. And I put a tad bit of conditioner, just a little on it, and rub my scalp and blow dry my scalp. And it gives such a nice, conditioner smells good anyway, in between washings. Now, it's according to where you live. If you live in Florida, 2 weeks. If you're in menopause like I am, 2 weeks is not. You sweating all night, sweat, and you wonder why your hair stink. You're sweating all night, you get up, you put stuff on your hair, and you curl it with the same curls over and over, never clean. That stinks. That causes your hair to stink. You use a product after product, haven't washed your hair, that causes your hair to stink. And you smell it on the iron, you're spritzing it and all this chemicals, and you wonder why your hair stink. It's a lot of possibilities, a lot of factors, and why there is smelly, not just scalp, but smelly hair. 2 weeks of dead of anything. Just let something dead start rotting in your house. And then the dead skin with the sweat and all other stuff, it's a feasting ground for bacteria, which causes your hair to stink. Dead. So think about washing your hair a little more than you think you should. Those 2 weeks is not flying these days. Now, if it's cold outside and you're living up north and you're not working in a place where you sweat a lot, you could probably go a little longer. If you're living out in West where the air is dry, okay, you have dry heat, you're probably sweating though. So when you bloated, when it starts sweating, just go blow dry the sweat out your hair. Deter you from growing, being in your hair and causing the stench. So there are some things you can do, okay? But by all means, do not think it's the products. Do you know when you oil your scalp with oil, we'll go get that oil and whoo, we just put it in. You wonder why you got bumps and people think it's sweating and it's oil. You only need 3 drops if it's oil. Pop, 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 3. Just 3 a day. Drops, not squirts, drops. And what it will do, it'll oil your scalp. Just enough. Your body heat will oil just in the top of your head, and it oils your scalp. Please don't do that. And if you want to use some of the products with the little, hair grease, just use a tiny bit. A dime size is enough for your whole head. Don't put all that grease in those kids' heads. Oh, you want me to show you again how we used to do? Don't do that anymore. You don't need all that grease. Your body heat will cause it to melt on your scalp. And your hair doesn't need all that grease on it. Once you shampoo your hair, okay, it's usually with a little warmer water that on the scalp. It opens up the cuticles, okay, it cleans the hair. Now you want to close that hair. So what you do when you condition it, you want to do it with cooler water with the conditioner to close it down. Close it. And you'll notice that people with frizzy hair usually is because they did not condition the hair properly. So those are some factors that I wanted to leave with you. And don't let nobody tell you your products stink, because they don't. You just have to learn to use the directions on the products. Change some things that we were taught that because people taught us what they thought and what they knew at the time. But through study, we find out some things we actually can change a little stuff. Just change it a little bit. So thank you. Have a good day.